Warning, cringe lore dump, cringe lore dump. There you go. To fully explain the motivations of this playthrough, let's do a quick history lesson. Anywhere in the short period of 100 to 1,000 years ago, the Shek people lived as tribals and almost constantly warring with themselves. Legend has it that a lone Shek named Crow united the tribes and formed a powerful kingdom. The kingdom he had created would be put on a path of conquest and domination, the likes of which the world had never seen. All good things come to an end. Crow's end was to be martyred in a battle where he was outnumbered 100-fold. His death elevated him to godlike status in Shek society. While the enemy they fought is lost to time, I believe it was the Holy Nation who had slain Crow. So where does that put us, present-day Kenshi? For those of you that don't know, recently, the Shek Kingdom was at war with the Holy Nation. The reigning monarch during this time of conflict was King Shagger, who realized the hopeless situation of the Shek. His plan to counter this dire situation was to have a final defense kind of like Crow's, where everybody basically just died an honorable death. Naturally, not everyone agreed with this, especially Bayan and Asaida the Stone Golem. The Stone Golem challenged King Shagger in a duel to the death, where she ultimately won, taking his life. Becoming the queen of the Shek Kingdom, she pulled her soldiers from the front line, ended unnecessary conflicts in other regions, and put the Shek Kingdom on the defensive. History lesson? Over. So we find ourselves in modern-day Kenshi, Day 0. The Shek Kingdom is a shell of what it once was, plagued with civil strife and internal ideological differences. So what am I gonna do about it? Well, let me fucking tell you what I'm gonna do about it. I, Antonio Dubois, have been specially made, purpose-built, to bring the Shek Kingdom back to its glory. I will personally end the life of every man, woman, and child on the planet. I will find every single farmer, dirt-poor peasant, vagrant of the Holy Nation, and I will slam their faces into the asphalt, into the pavement, into the ground, for they know not their sin, but they shall pay for it. But I can't embark on this holy, justified crusade on my own. No, I need people, I need help, I need a political party. To that end, I created the Shek Holy Indigenous Traditionalist Front of Utmost Caretakers of Crow. But you can just call us the Shit-Fuck Party. To help me on my glorious journey, I've gathered the cheapest crew money can buy. Essentially, if you are an able-bodied Shek who is willing to work for the cheap, you are on the team. With absolutely no forewarning that the mission they were about to undertake would be one that would most certainly kill them, we set off into the wasteland. The incredibly improvised plan was to take warriors from Agmag all the way up to Heft in the United City's capital, and then bring them back down. The following is a semi-accurate representation of the route we took based on memory and me randomly clicking through hours of footage. Needless to say, I'm a goddamn moron. But it truly was an incredible journey, so let's recap a little bit of it. To be completely honest, we didn't really do a whole lot of fucked up shit. I mean, nothing like extraordinary in Kenshi terms. You know, you beat a couple guys to death, but honestly, I think the worst thing we did was, I mean, it wasn't really like, we didn't do it on purpose. It was like, I couldn't engage in a battle, so we let a whole village of nomads die, but those things were fucking us up, dog. It was crazy. So sometime during or after the Nomad Massacre, we got a dog, a bone dog. His name is Bone. Kind of cool. We also bought a pack beast. He looked like a guar, so we called him Guar. Yeah, I mean, it's creative names, right? After an incredibly out-of-control journey, we had finally made it to the United City's capital, Heft. Once we arrived, we dicked around for a little bit, and then left. But with the sun slowly setting, we decided to put our weary eyes to rest.
I'm not good right now, man. I'm fucked up. I'm in the middle of nowhere.
Bad word.
Look at this shit. Look at this.
We had gone north through the Cannibal Plains and ended up in Leviathan's coast. And it's like, yeah, Leviathans are usually peaceful, but my random guy who was just standing there, he gets shit on and he accidentally aggroes a Leviathan, and next thing you know, it's like a quad kill in my camp. So that's not fucking very fun. Yeah, eventually I couldn't give a fuck anymore and I just gave up. On top of that, I'm also out of food, so equally as chill. With not many options, we decided to beeline it to the Tech Hunters at World's End. It's just located south of the Cannibal Plains and east of Leviathan, or at least the location that I was in Leviathan's coast. Eventually, we had reached World's End, but not before being harassed by countless cannibals and wiping out a cannibal village. We did pick up some massive fucking bounties, though. And, oh god. The loot was fucking crazy. I don't know what it is, but those cannibals do armor right. I love the plated stuff, so I just had one guy pick it up. He's got like 200 pounds of gear and he can only carry like 30, but it's whatever, he'll train along the way. That combined with the bounties, which would be extremely difficult to actually cash in because some of them were only redeemable in the United Cities or the Holy Nation. And if you recall, I can't really go to the Holy Nation, and the United Cities are pretty AIDS to go to. So we would have to backtrack all the way back without losing any of the corpses in any of the fights, which would be very difficult. We would eventually hand in our bounties in the United Cities and then return to Agmag. Upon our return, we'd immediately start scouting out and assessing nearby targets to harass or potentially capture in the region. And for right now, we're just trolling around Agmag and the hub, just trying to like muster resources. The plan now would be to strike at the United Cities in the southern regions, the part that's disconnected from the main empire. This is going to be extremely difficult and just a general pain in the ass, but it's not going to be impossible. The United Cities is more of a confederation of city-states than a genuine empire. Each city has a lord that controls it, and they essentially just swear loyalty to the emperor, and they send supplies and resources, but for the most part, they control what happens in their cities. This form of decentralized governance is probably what allows them to have territory that does not directly connect with each other. This comes with their own sets of pros and cons. The cons being, they probably wouldn't have as strong a military and an economy. The pros being, I get to do whatever the fuck I want because I'm an ignorant lord who owns a shit ton of people. And it's like, oh, it's a video game, you know? Like, who cares? Who cares about the politics of it? I don't know. Fuck you, I guess. But that's the general plan, is just try to strike south. A lot of what I said prior doesn't actually, like, it won't attribute to anything because, like I said before, it's a video game, so it's not like it's going to be more disorganized and just, like, crazy down there. It's just going to be the same shit. But we'll see what we do. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed my Kenshi video, please subscribe. I have a couple other Kenshi videos from a previous playthrough, and just let me know what you guys think. If there's anything that I was incredibly fucking wrong about when I was talking about the United States, feel free to tell me how, like, I'm a lobotomite and I have brain damage. I'd very much love that, actually. But if you don't have anything like that to say, then good for you, I guess. And good night.